years! Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. My name is SkiniMini.
And I'm Pharaoh.
Last episode we found out that, Melissa Foster is Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh my gosh! So, she's about to give us testimony about what happened 5 years ago because we're straight up accusing her of murder.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's Devil Woman.
Yes, it is. So, let's go ahead and hear her testimony. All right.
5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life.
The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous! Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Fay?
Yes, Your Honor.
As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again.
Huh. If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We still got that info. That ace up our sleeve.
What info?
Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
That's right. It was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby.
Anything she says.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was planned by all three of them.
Yes, that's it! The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. Dun dun dun!
Okay, well, armed with that knowledge, what are we supposed to do?
Well, we gotta show that it was a fake. So we gotta break down her testimony. And I know the statement that made it kind of seem weird. Okay, let's go. I think it was... No, I think it's after this one. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. Which kind of doesn't make sense. If we go to our the evidence, and look at the Dusky Bridge map, how in the world could he shove her from behind?
From behind?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that seems a little weird.
So present that mug. You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe.
But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls.
I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible.
Impossible?
I asked the court to recall the condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in the last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible.
Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then.
But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference.
Ugh.
Get it, Mia.
You're right. The events occurred just as the witness has testified. Then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see,
Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge.
What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. Well, if that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct?
now that you mention it, I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge side wires.
You can't be serious.
Order in the court!
Son of a duck. We already got the good objection music, too.
Oh, that's okay. I'm sure we can hear it again. It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. But that's weird. This is the court record. That's like...
I mean, it's not really weird. It's the court record. I mean...
It's just usually they say it contradicts this piece of evidence.
Yeah, you're right.
So, sorry. Anyway, you want to present the witness photo because look how high them ropes is. How in the world could he throw her off this if the ropes were that high? Look at that.
Hey, jeez, if anything, she's on a clothesline herself.
Right? So present that mug. There! Your Honor, all the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there.
No!
But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like that wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm.
Oh!
And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range.
Ugh.
So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible.
Ugh. Order! What is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into Eagle River intentionally.
What?
What
is this?
What was that?
Did you hear a lion?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
What? Why was that in there?
I would like to say it was a error on the developer's part, but maybe he roared out like a lion? I don't know.
Okay, sorry, that just caught me way off guard. Alright.
I gotcha.
Go ahead.
Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun in handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide.
Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current, but even more so, the witness had much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she wanted to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. And it actually is The last piece of evidence, we got the diamond since it was worth $2 million.
Dang.
Yeah. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up to the mountain with her. That $2 million diamond.
Oh! No! It can't be!
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million. She was going to keep it for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Ah!
Why, that's simply ridiculous! Order! Uh-oh. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
Yes.
Yes?
This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping?
Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note.
That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
Devil woman. Who is that? Laughing at a time like this.
Ah!
Be a mode.
Forgive me. It's just hilarious.
Witness? Is that you?
You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. Oh, you can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you?
Evidence? Sorry, I was expecting you to do that for a second. I don't know why.
Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted with Mr. Falls and my sister.
Well,
And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that.
Well, Miss Fey?
I don't know.
What a joke. You, Miss Fey. Are you stupid or something?
Ugh. How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Well, it seems that we've come to an end.
No!
Well, to be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I'm forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are.
Sorry, it's just... Anyway.
Yep.
Is this it? Is it really over? That girl's made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it.
With that evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that?
Wait, how did you hear me? Mr. Armando!
I'm psychic. Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
Testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fall's stolen car and then went to meet with him. And disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, in that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes? And that actually would be Terry himself. Come on, Terry, you can do this. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
A new witness?
Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls.
The defendant?
There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Falls.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million.
But that's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never, ever betray each other.
Terry.
Dahlia! It's true! You are alive!
You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth! The real truth! I believed in you!
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know.
Yeah.
But there is one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Dahlia. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness? God! I'm sorry, I apologize. Water, please, water. Can't talk. Need water. Oh well, guess it'll have to be in my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself.
Strange. Alright, Terry. You gotta tell us who you saw, dog.
That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of Bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge. I watched my car from Bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
That's enough, Miss Fay. Her last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial.
Ugh.
Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Is this how you really wanted to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think.
You think? What do you mean? Ugh. Alright. Alright, so let's do this. What? I don't know, should we press or should we present?
I'm thinking we might have to press first? I'm not really sure.
That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. Let's press on that. Mr. Falls, think carefully now. Are you certain that it was Valerie Hawthorne?
I never lie. It's the truth. It was Valerie. I remembered her face.
Wait a minute. If you had remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf as identification?
Sorry. I told a little lie.
Ugh.
But the woman I met, she was different from the woman standing here now. She was different. It was Valerie.
Well, she could have dyed her hair or something.
Wig? Something.
Or something. Wait a minute. Hold on, I'm gonna look at, is it the crime photo? No. The witness photo.
Okay.
It has to be, because it's, well, no. Or is it the, wait. I'm sorry, I'm thinking. Like, it's weird, because it's like, the witness's photo, it's like, this woman in the photo is not Valerie, obviously. I feel like we should present that somewhere, but... You know
Do you
what?
happen to know where?
No. You know, I'm gonna present it right here, because it just doesn't make sense. It's like, it's obviously here.
So wait, what statements?
Oh, where he says we talked and then she left.
You want to present the witness photo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, present. Okay. Sorry, my button wasn't working.
No, it's fine. It was right, but I'm still trying to. Okay, never mind.
Oh, okay, well the music stopped, so I guess it's good.
No, yeah. When music stops in Ace Attorney game, it's pretty. Sometimes, most of the times, good.
Yeah. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. So you waited on the bridge. Are you sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
Huh? What? What
is happening?
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fay.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because she's there first. Because if he was there first, he would switch the position. Because, okay, you're going on a bridge and then the end is cut off, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the cliff. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I think I'm overthinking it. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, okay, so we were just overthinking it. Okay, I was like, yep. What? All right. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right?
But that's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. What is going on, dude? Mr. Falls? Please, don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place. Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it under the base of a tree there.
What?
It's a special memory from me. This is it. This is what I want to get. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But then he left his car and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes.
Ugh.
With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
No! Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it.
I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Whoa! Huh? Mr. Falls? Ah!
That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens, that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. No! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess. I'm stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I just...
No! We are so close, just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No. Don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Falls!
Mr. Armando, thanks for the coffee.
Mr. Falls!
I hate that image.
Me too. And so my first trial ended. Suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners. Only losers. I ended up with the wound that cut so deep into my soul I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person. The true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face.
Unforgivable. That witch.
Mr. Armando.
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. You're gonna make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. Oh. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando.
Or, should we say, well, no matter how tough the case, No matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. One year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case.
Ah!
Ah!
Oh, baby Phoenix.
Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when a verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now everything has happened that's made me remember all this.
What?
So, yeah.
Woo! That was Mia's first trial. Can you believe that?
And now we understand why she was so shaken up about going to her second trial.
Mm-hmm.
And it explains a lot of things. Why she knows Dahlia Hawthorne, why she had that grudge against her. And hey, Diego Armando playing Godot's theme.
Now you know who Diego Armando really is.
Right. I mean, I would assume it was very
Clear
at the very beginning because he had the same animations and all that, and he likes coffee.
Haha.
But it was pretty much sealed when that theme started playing.
Yes, but how did he get to the way he is now? That's another mystery we're gonna have to solve. We'll see that in the next episode.
Yep, we're going into Bridge to the Turnabout, which is
one of the best cases in the entire series.
Yes, indeed. And it's also the final case in this game. But trust me, you guys will not want to miss this. It is insane. It's a roller coaster.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
So guys, thank you so very, very much for watching. And trust me, it's gonna get better with each video episode words.
Pretty much.
Thank you again, and if no one has told you that they love you today, I do!
Have a great day, everybody.